This is an overview of the Drawings tab in Crow's Nest. With the Drawing feature, we can track the progress and status of a set of drawings. We can also manage and track revisions until we have a final approval. Drawings are tracked for each individual project. To get to the Drawings tab, click on the project in the project form that you want to add the drawings for, and then click on the Drawings tab. To add a new drawing, right-click in the gray box and choose Add. You'll then be prompted to enter in a drawing type. If you haven't used drawings before, it'll be empty. To add a new drawing type, you're going to right-click, choose Add, and type the name of the drawing type in the box. For this example, I'm going to add 3 types. The first one will be Standard. I'm going to add another one for Custom Drawings. And then I'm going to add a third for windowsill drawings. And press Enter. The type of drawings I'm going to add for this example will just be a standard casework drawing. And hit OK. It's then going to prompt me for a drawing name. And for this example, I'm going to do a reception desk submittal drawings. And click OK. Another option I have for adding drawings would be to add multiple at a time. So if I right-click and I choose Add X Drawings, I can choose the type. In this case, let's add multiple windowsill drawings. I'm going to say I have 2. And now I could go back and enter in the name. This will be the first floor. Windowsills. We'll call the other set of drawings the second floor. Windowsills. Now we're going to go through the key components of tracking drawings in Crow's Nest. The first would be the drawing status. If I click on the status for a set of drawings, I'm going to get this list. Yours may be blank if you're just starting out. To add a status, just right-click and choose Add. In this case, I'm going to add a new status for Submitted, and I'll press Enter. Statuses can be rearranged with these arrows on the right, so I can move Submitted up to After in Process. So right now, at set of drawings, the default status will be Pending, basically meaning we haven't started on it yet. When we start on the drawings, we'll go to In Process, and then we'll have Submitted, and then we'll either have Approved or Rejected. You can also change the appearance of a set of drawings based off the status. So to change the color, I can right-click it. If I set for color, that will change the font color. Set back color will change the background color. So let's change the background color for Submitted to orange. For each drawing, we have 5 milestone dates. The first is the target date. The target date is the date that you expect to submit the drawings. It's your goal. So whoever's working on it internally, this is the date they would look at to as their goal to finish the drawings by. To choose the target date, just left-click None, and you'll get a date picker where you can select a date. The start date lets us log when the drawings were actually started on. So whoever's doing them internally, whenever they start, we can log that date. So let's say they started on them today. And we could go ahead and click on the status and change that to In Process. The submitted date lets us log the date that we submitted the drawings to our customer. So let's go ahead and say that we submitted these the 11th. And then we can go ahead and change the status to that new status we just created, Submitted. The return date is the date we hear back from our customer on the drawings. And the required date is the date that we want it back from our customer. So in this case, let's say that we were requiring them back from the customer on the 17th, and they actually returned it to us on the 24th. So this way we have a log. We could show that they were a week late getting the drawings back to us. The vendor column in Crow's Nest would allow us to put in a vendor if we're outsourcing these drawings, so who's working on them externally. These are the main columns for managing drawings in Crow's Nest. There are other columns like notes and comments and things like that, but they're pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to skip them in this overview video. Now let's go over the revision tracking of a set of drawings in Crow's Nest. Let's say that we submitted these drawings and they returned to us with a red line, so we need to make some revisions on them. So I'm going to change the status back to in process, and then I'm going to right click the drawing and choose new revisions. And then it's going to ask us for a note, and typically this would just be the reason we're revising the drawings. So in this case I'm just going to put in red lines and hit OK. So what the revision does is it takes all the dates that we had on the original submittal and it saves them. So if we go to the revision tab, we can see it saved them as revision 0, and I still have a log of all those original dates that we were tracking for that first submittal. And now it's added a second line for the revision 1. So this would be drawings number 3.1 for revision 1. And it's cleared these dates, so now I could start the process over again. So I could come back up here and set these dates one more time and track the whole process until we do another submittal of our set of drawings. So in summary, each revision lets you keep a snapshot of what those milestone dates were. Then here in the revision tab, you can keep a history, a running log of those dates.